Network Nigeria Television, ACNN TV, in the capital city of Abuja. I am Olushala. Good morning and you're welcome.
I am Olawale Ayeni, and it's great to have you join us today, where we'll have a whole lot of interesting sport news for your listening pleasure, right from football, right from athletics. Also, we are talking about Nigerian leagues, and also the Euro news will also be on the package today. But for now, we'll go a short break, and when we'll come back, we'll kickstart the show in earnest. I will send you one message. You get me forward down to Ezekiel Manzo.
Thank you for staying tuned and you're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is a Sport Hour show. So we begin with the very first story for today, which has to do with Finidi George denying receiving gift from the federal government, house gifts from the federal government. Just recently we heard in the news the presidency talking about the spokesman to the president, Shehu Garba, released some names of ex-players who received money from the received the house gift from the federal government. And Finidi George said he is not among those who received, because his name was mentioned, so he said he is not among those who received gift from the federal government, and he has said that probably someone has duped the government and has taken over his property in Lugbe. So let's talk about this particular story where Finidi George say he has denied ever receiving a house gift from the federal government.
Was it part of the 1994 squad?
Yes, that it was.
So who was responsible of giving him the house, and at the end of the day he didn't get to receive the house from? So
that is why he said the ministry has to be go back and go and check the records that somebody probably has impersonated him.
Has collected his own house.
His own house. Because he said they contacted everybody, but he said nobody contacted him to give him his CFO and everything. And he has asked the federal government to go back and check the records.
Of course,
so they will not, in case there's a mix-up somewhere, so that it will not miss out of the next batch of players that will receive the house gifts.
1994 to this point in time is a very long time, 27 years thereabout. I think at this point in time, the ministry and the NFF should actually launch an investigation on it and see what really happened, what really went down in that particular one. It's just so sad that somebody who has given his best for the country at this point in time is not being rewarded for his hard work. But I feel an investigation should be launched in this case and see where have things gone wrong for them to be able to fix that going forward.
So we just look forward to see how this case will be resolved. And going on to our next story, it has to do with the ATO Cup. That's our own Nigerian Federation Cup, FA Cup, where club owners have threatened to boycott the competition. And the reason is not far-fetched. The club owners are saying that they need the league needs sponsor. Now let's talk about the APFL, that's the Nigerian League, has not been without the sponsor for the last 4 years. And the Kano Pillars that won the 2019 edition of this competition, till date they have not received their winning prize, and the club owners are wondering, okay, in 2020 there was what's called again COVID-19, and there was no sporting activity last year, so there was no ATO Cup in 2020. That's last year. But the last year, 2 years we now talking about the Kano Pillars, till date they are yet to receive their winning prize, and the club owners are not happy. That why is this going? Why is this matter still in the public space? And they're threatening. These are the club owners. If there are no clubs to play, there will be no ATO Cup.
It's just so sad. It's just so sad that the winners of the 2019 event has not been given their prize money, and we have a sponsor for that league. For crying out loud, if I2 is not sponsoring the cup, then why are we not having the name as the headline sponsor for the club? I feel at this point in time, NFF should actually move on top of their game at this point in time. If those club will actually get to back down, then it will be a huge disappointment for I2, because we know that I2 have already signed a deal with the NFF. I don't really know. I can't really confirm how many years the deal will run for. But if the club want to actually back that, it's going to be a huge slap to the face of the sponsor and also to the Nigerian football. It's just so sad that even our own league, talking about the NPFL, we have not been able to get a sponsor for that particular league, and the club owners, want to actually back down at this point in time. You know that it's very, very sudden. We saw what happened during the state our qualifiers. The states were given just 6 days for them to produce for them to produce their representative. We know that some states didn't actually played any competition. They just went ahead to appoint like the likes of Heartland and the Imo Queens. Selection. They just selected those clubs for them to represent the state.
Even in Abuja's case, it's very unique. They did a ballot, yes and no. So whichever club picks
competitiveness.
It killed that that giant killing. I remember, I can't recall right now, but an academic club defeated Kano Pillars.
Of course, that is the beauty of the game. Even in the English Premiership. We should, bring every machinery we need to bring on the table to ensure that we have a smooth running of the I2 Cup in the 2020 season. So we go to our next story. We're talking about football, but this is actually coming from the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development, where the sports minister, talking about Sunday Dare, has asked the coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles that he should actually shut up and he should get back to work at this point in time. We know there is a whole lot of black blood from the sports minister and Raw earlier. I think about three months back or so, he was asking why will the NFF get to give Raw a renewal of contract. If Raw will not perform, he should be sent packing. But at this point in time, he's telling Raw, shut up and do the work.
Yes. Let's just tell our viewers what actually happened, why the minister had to say mention that Roy should shut up and work. On Friday, what's today? Today is Thursday.
Yes, Thursday.
On Tuesday, yes, the home-based Super Eagles were training at the Go project in Abuja Stadium, and these home-based players, 23 of them, are to play against Mexico this weekend. And of course, being a national team, though full of home-based players, the Super Eagles coach, talking about General, was not at the training session, and the minister was not happy that General Roy, who is the head coach of the Super Eagles, was not at the training session. But then Roy himself has said he is not in charge of this particular team, that he's only in charge of the A team. So now there's no confusion. There's this is Super Eagles, this is not Chan Eagles. Chan Eagles is different from the Super Eagles. These are Super Eagles players, though just fully home-based players. And if Roy said he is not in charge, who is not in charge? Now they brought in the NFF technical director, talking about Gabon,
because we know that
and to manage.
Because Yobo does not have a coaching license.
Apart from Yobo not having a coaching license, Joseph Yobo, who is assistant coach, is busy doing punditry on with the Super Sports on the Euros. So Yobo is supposed to be the ought to be in that team, but let's take Yobo out now of the equation. In my own view, I believe that General Roy is supposed to coach that team, but it is from these Super Eagles, from his own base players, that you're able to get at least 3 to 6 players that will lay stake to shirt in the A team.
Yes,
which is not all depending on the players who have never been to Nigeria before.
And they don't know how the African, footballing culture
but because
is.
they have Nigerian blood.
But we just intend to call them.
Who have not been to Nigeria at all. Nigeria, being in Super Eagles, brought to Nigeria for the very first time. We know some of them. This guy in Russia, our defender.
I've forgotten his name. His name just came in and escaped.
So most of them have never been to Nigeria until they were invited for the national team. So if you have Nigerian local-based players who are equally good, Anayo Iwola, of course, is in the A team now.
He's in the A team.
He's in the A team.
Was he not in the MPFL before he actually brought him into the main team?
I'm sure, because he never. Because Roy has always shown a kind of disgust for the home-based player. Yes, he has said severally that he does not trust. And I do not blame the minister for saying that Roy should stop discriminating against the home-based. Okay.
At this point in time, when the federal government are saying we should actually go inwards to homegrown talent and all that.
And I look at the last time we won the Nations Cup.
6 home-based players was part of that.
And it was an home-based player that gave us the winning goal.
Of course, about 2013.
The 1994 set that if we still are judged to be
golden
the best,
era.
To be the best Super Eagles so far. Most of them were
home-based.
Edgar Vaughan, Stephen Keshi, all of them, they were home-based players. So for the minister now to say yes, it might have been a very, very harsh word to use the word shut up. Yes, quite all right, but he just needed the man to be at his game. Roy, whatever contract that they signed does not exclude Roy from being part of that team.
If the contract that they signed does not mandate Roy to actually oversee the home base, is it the contract that's why the problem all lies with the contract that NFF actually presented to Roy. I think the NFF didn't do their homework very well.
Till date, we've not seen that contract. But let's look at it. This is not Chan Eagles.
This is still home-based Eagles.
No, forget home-based. That idea of foreign-based and home-based is always polarizing the Super Eagles.
This is the home-based.
The Super Eagles is a team. No matter who you bring, as far as you are being invited to Super Eagles, whether you're local-based or foreign-based,
it's still
Super Eagles. So for the fact that they are saying Super Eagles means this is the senior national team. So if the NFF decide that, okay, we don't want to do with any foreign players again, that we're only going to be dealing with home-based players, these are still Super Eagles.
Of course, no doubt about it.
So for the fact that this one, Chan Eagles is different. Now, at the training session, at the training session at the Go project, the heavyweights of the Super Eagles backroom staff were there.
Of course, even Rob, I think I actually went to that first training section and he was there at the training section, but he didn't take charge. It was Austin Egwaban that actually took charge.
That's where the problem is. For the fact that the CSO to Super Eagles was there, the fact that the team manager, talking about Patrick Pascal, he was there, the fact that the fact that the doctors and the officials for the Super Eagles were there meant that this is a Super Eagles team, not Chan Eagles. And even the media officer of Super Eagles was there. So this is not Super Eagles. So
we don't have home-based media officer for Super Eagles.
But for Chan Eagles, there's what's called again? Media officer for Chan Eagles.
Who is the media officer for Chan Eagles?
I can't recall it right now, but there is. But now this at least for this Super Eagles team. So this contract, even though we don't know what, we never saw the details of that contract between Roy and NFF, so we cannot really talk much. But from the best of our knowledge, as far as players are called up to this national team called Super Eagles, okay, let me ask you, why don't you have home-based Super Falcons?
Of course, if we keep talking about this matter, we wouldn't actually live here. But at this point in time, everybody should know what they're expected to do. Raw should actually take up his position, ensure that he has more home-based players, coming to the national team A. But he will actually be there at the US. He's going with the team at the US. He's going to see it.
They should be already by now. They left yesterday.
Of course. So at this point in time, Scouts also will be coming for that match. So I feel.
Talk about Scouts. One of the players that was invited for one of the 22 players that was invited, a midfielder, a scout came and saw him, liked him. He's on his way to Spain right now.
Of course. So
he's not going to be in US for the
friendly match. Of course, I just saw a late call-up that a certain player from Tottenham has been asked not to join the team. Yes, to join the team.
Because some of the goalkeepers are injured. Joe Noble and the other goalkeepers are injured.
At this point in time, it's going to be interesting. The match will come up on Saturday, 3rd of July at the California Stadium, right there in United States of America. So we reached Austin Iguavon, who will know that at this point in time he's still having a visa issue. He's still in Nigeria, but hopefully he should sort that out today and tomorrow, and hopefully he should join the team there in the United States of America. So we'll go to our next story. Still talking about the ministry, still talking about the sports minister. He has actually said, Samson Siasia, at this point in time, you have also lied that we supported you during when you were having crisis with the FIFA, talking about the live ban, which was actually not placed on the former Super Eagles coach, talking about Samson Siasia at this point in time, because we know earlier in the week Siasia came up and said that he didn't actually get any support from the federal government, from the NFF, and also from other football stakeholders. But at this point in time, the sport minister is coming out to say that we have facts and we have figures, we have evidence to show that yes, we supported you at your trying times. You should actually appreciate the effort of the ministry. But at this point in time, I spoke to Samson Siasia, and he said the only support
to keep to some governors.
Let me finish now. He said the only support that he got through the minister's help was $5,000 from the Lagos State government. I still have him on tape. I can play it to you any day, anytime.
Okay. Now, the minister himself also came out and said, his own case, there was no budget allocation for any legal crisis for a private individual. And nobody thought it was going to be banned, so there was no provision for. And because he, at that point, Dari just resumed duty as a sports minister when CAS and FIFA banned Samson Siasia. And according to the minister, it took him to governors, Bayelsa State governor. It took him to a district governor, to solicit, and $40,000 was raised for him from the state government.
He said he did not see any 40,000. He didn't receive any. I still have the record here. Now he didn't receive any.
$40,000 was raised according to the ministry, and it was raised because when they went to meet the state governor. So somebody somewhere is lying right now. And it is not the responsibility of anybody to even raise money for Siasia. What you got involved was match fixing, even though it has not been proved that you are not involved in match fixing.
He was not guilty of the crime.
Yes, it was not. But at that point, it is not even the government's business. But you are handling as a coach, not for the national team, but for a private club. So which has nothing to do. In fact, not even a Nigerian club, which had nothing to do with the federal government, but for the fact that you are an ex-player, a former international, a former coach for the Super Eagles, as well as the Olympic team, they decided to help you. And the sports minister said he was not able to raise, he could not dip his hand into the government money to say, but he had to take him to state governors, which Siasia acknowledged. That yes, that it was taken to state government, and there was no reason he'll have gone to state governors, and they would now have at least giving you, right around and give you some little support. So now, Siasia now say that.
I'm just saying, you sending me to somebody to get money does not translate you giving me that money.
But now the minister just came on. Let's give the minister a slack. This guy just came on board at this. It was not up to 3 months when, in office when Siasa's case happened.
But we have a supplementary budget. We have.
See, let us be factual here.
According to what Siasia just said,
he's not being truthful right now.
He just said his own self-entitlement mentality.
Yes, that's self-entitlement. But of course, it is not the right of the government. You are doing a deal with a private club, even though allegedly you are doing a deal which has nothing to do with the government in your own private capacity. But now they decided to help you, so it's not a crime for the government now to come to your support. And the minister said it was new at that point, and there was no way it was going to dip its hand into the coffers of the government to help a private citizen. But rather, it took you to state governors who were able to raise you $40,000, which is not acknowledging.
You don't get it, this boy.
Because you spoke with him does not mean that he is saying the truth. Do you agree now?
Of course.
For the fact that he spoke.
So we should. Okay.
So now there's.
So we are not really getting the main gist from both parties.
And that self-entitlement by this 1994 set should stop. Because you have served Nigeria and they've given you everything, but you're not going to do. Okay, for example, now let's just assume that someone like Okocha now he gets involved in drugs and everything. Is it the government's business that he gets involved in drugs? For example, now, of course, he will face the music by himself. And that is what is happening to him. But then they still thought of it that, okay, this guy has served Nigeria very well in different capacities. Let's help him. Why didn't the NFF help him? But the minister tried to help him. So that gesture alone that gesture alone that at least he was able to take him to 6 different governors to raise money for him, to pay his legal fees at CAS and for CAS at CAS. Now his fine has been reduced to 5. So CSI should come out and tell us exactly what is going on. He should not be telling us that he only got $5,000. And also when they report that he got $40,000. And
also the sports ministry actually came out with their own facts and figures. Let's have it black and white so we can able to.
And I believe that there will be fact that there will be what's called again.
You believe?
Okay. I believe there will be, because from a reliable source, which I'll not disclose on air, from a reliable source, there's evidence that money was given.
Was it up to 40,000?
Yes.
It's okay.
A reliable source from, not the ministry, but from the NFF.
Okay, 40,000.
Who are part of the bill. So CSI should come out and say the truth and not stop being trying to. Why didn't his players that he coached? Why didn't they come to his rescue?
Of course, if you are going to talk about this issue, we are not going to.
So CSI should come out and tell us the truth. What's actually going on?
Both parties should actually know.
Stop this self-pity and self-entitlement.
Both parties should actually come out with their facts and figures and see how this will pan out. But at this point in time, he needs another 100,000
so
euros.
Who raise that money from again?
For him to actually appeal the case. But at this point in time, I don't feel that he should appeal the case. At least money has gone down the line, paying for lawyers and all that. It's not easy, for you to pay foreign lawyers and all that for that particular case. At this point in time, his ban will if a ban will actually go on, the ban will expire 2024, and that's a particular one. So we go to our next story. We are talking about athletics now. Jide, you have the next story.
Yes, the World Athletics, as they said, they do not recognize any of the AFN faction. That's talking about the Ibrahim Gusso-led faction as well as the Stonebrook Okowa-led faction. WA said, we are still studying the parallel elections and they will come out with their own position later on.
I want to ask you a question.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
As it stands now, the access, Ibrahim Gusso, who had access to the AFN email address, they have been blocked and they are no longer they cannot have access to the email address of the WA and the CAA.
Okay. At this point in time, we know that their name has been taken down from the World Athletics website, and also if you check the website, you still see the numbers of Sunday Adeleye and also the DG of the led Gusso, aboard. But at this point in time, I want to ask you a question, in your own opinion. If you are the WA at this point in time, which election will you uphold?
Thank God I'm not in WA, so they will know what to do. They are the overall body. They are like the FIFA football, so they know what. That's why they said they are still studying the prior elections, and when they come with their position will be final. So you cannot ask me if I'm WA, because I don't have.
You don't know the internal workings of the WA.
So I cannot answer.
I know that about that. Olympics is just.
And don't put me on the spot, but I know where I'm going to, so it's not.
Olympics is just a month away, and I expected to see just Okay, we are in July already. I forgot. I'm so sorry about that. Olympics is just this month, just few weeks away, and we are going to be seeing about 22 athletes talking about a track and field event.
In total, about 61 athletes that represent Nigeria in 9 different sports at the Olympics.
We are going to be seeing 22 athletes, getting to represent Nigeria at the track, and hopefully we should see them, going and to do their best. The likes of Divine Oduduru, Blessing Okagbare is there, Raymond, is Shakiri, One Kocha, all of them. AC Brume also, they are there to actually ensure that.
But there will be no 4x1.
To fly the country flag. It's also sad the crisis actually ended up, the reward of the crisis has ended, Nigeria not qualifying for that particular event. So hopefully we should see what the rest bring to the table at the start of the Olympics. So we go to our next story away from athletics right about now. We go to the volleyball, the sparking game where the Nigerian Volleyball Premier League is expected to serve from July 5th up to 18th, thereabouts, right there at the University of Ilorin Sports Complex. We have seen that last season we didn't actually have a full house when it comes to the volleyball event due to the coronavirus. We just had like a Super 8, and this season we know that Super 8, okay, yes. Okay. We know that the defending champions in the male
Super 6.
Yes, we know that the defending champion in the male category was the custom team, while the female team it was the Nigerian Civil Defense Accord actually are the champions of that particular one. Do you see new champions emerging at the first phase of the volleyball?
It's very open. Anybody can win this volleyball Premier League, and like you said earlier, it's going to take place at the University of Ilorin. There is something about the University of Ilorin these days.
Sporting,
yes, the way they support sports, generally. That's the only university I know that. For example, now for the youth games, they're the only university that for the past 5 years or 6 years now they've been hosting the games.
And they've been doing a fantastic job in that.
And now volleyball Premier League is going to take place at the University of Ilorin. So you asked me about the champions. I do not know who's going to be.
I will actually stick my money on custom at this point in time, because we saw them. They went to the African continent, talking about the female team, and they didn't disappoint. They got to the semi-finals for the first time ever that a Nigerian team will actually not get to the semi-final. So I want to put my money on the Nigerian custom female team, and also the male team also, because the likes of Kano Pillars are not actually doing well. They're not fine with us cylinders. Even civil defense.
Probably they've gone to get a new recruit. They've got to go and still play, and not use what still, or to go and patch players from.
Of course, we should
we see all sorts of things happening whereby they will patch players and everything. They prayed away and they pulled down Kano Pillars, while Rangers in an Orbital derby defeated. Rangers won the Orbital derby yesterday. It was a beautiful game across. I think about 8 games yesterday across the country. But then an interesting fact is that MFM were able to, they match champions yesterday, defeating Kano Pillars, and the Kano Pillars of recent now, they've not been performing so well, and we don't see
they have been in the relegation zone before their match against Kano Pillars. They have not been playing well. We know that the sacking of their coach Tony Bulus that actually affected the team, and most of their coaching staff were left to go. So that has actually affected the team performance during the early stage of the season. But at this point in time, we expect to see them fight for all the points, because we know it's just about 9 matches
as they lost 1-0 at home to Katsina United. Then victory. Like I said earlier, MFF defeated Kano Pillars 2-1. Then Sunshine Stars made a shun over the Wiki Tourists yesterday as well.
Wiki Tourists should take care. If not, relegation is not far from them at this point in time.
It's been an interesting season so far. But as it stands, Aqua United are still top of the table, and they are playing today as well to the last two games for the match day 30.
Of course, Kennedy Boboye, who is the coach of Aqua United, has actually come out to tell his players that hey, if you want to really win the NPFL title, you have to take every match as a cup final. At this point in time, it's just about 9 matches to go, and they want to actually ensure that this is their impressive run. They get to finish strong for them to win the NPFL title for the very first time.
And interestingly, Aqua United, they are playing against Nasarawa United, who are second on the table.
So it's going to be a battle of the leaders.
Yes, because now Aqua United are leading the table with 53 points. Nasarawa United are leading the table with 52 points. So just 1 point different.
So it's going to be a cracker.
Yes. So if it's a draw, of course,
to favor Aqua United.
It still favors top there. If Aqua United,
of course, they'll be playing it at the next of the Champions Stadium in Uyo, so a home advantage will be there for Aqua United.
And whoever wins, of course, and Aqua United, they've not won the league before. Their best so far has been second position, but this is the first time they are topping the table. And Nasarawa United too, they've never won the league. And this is their best ever position as right now to be second on the table. So we are seeing a change from the usual suspect of Kano Pillars, Enyimba,
Plateau United,
Lobby Stars. We are seeing a change, just like we are seeing how Leicester City came out of the blues and won the league against
a team that almost got relegated last season, but miraculously.
So we are seeing. So I'm putting my money on either Aqua United or Nasarawa United to win the league.
Don't forget, it's certain Enyimba.
No, Enyimba,
who still have a game in hand.
They've played other games right now. All of them are now 29 games right now. So there's no an Enyimba right now. They are 5th on the table. So they've played equal games. And all those games they lost. I mean, they either lost or they drew or they So they did not get the maximum points from the outstanding games that we all thought that I think before now they have 5 outstanding games, and we all thought that if they win at least 4 those outstanding games, they'll overtake whoever was at the top of the table. But they did take their chances and they remain 5th. Let's see how we have 9 more games. The table can still change.
That is why the NPFL this season is very competitive. We'll move away from football. We go to the slamming and donkey game, where we are talking about basketball, where the 9 universities have qualified for the total MBBM Division 1 finals right there, holding at different centers across the country. These universities getting to qualify for the final, does it show that they have what it takes to play in the Premier League? Hopefully we should see the Premier League go live this coming season.
It's interesting to see a university that has a football club coming out to challenge basketball clubs that we know, and then they are able to qualify for the Division 1 finals. That says a lot about the kind of investment the university must have put into the players that they've qualified for the total NBBF Division 1 finals. So kudos to Nile University for having the football team and that's challenging. Basketball team that is challenging for honors with established basketball teams across the country. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that we are seeing. Basketball has been improving in recent days. We have seen just
the leadership crisis rocking.
Yes, we have seen some
at this point in time. Yes, they have improved. Yes, the male team and the female team are in the Olympics. They're just the two. They're just the only federation that will be presenting the male and the female team in the Olympics at this point in time. So hopefully we should see more talent coming out from that one.
Yes, basketball. I'm glad that the basketball in Nigeria is improving, and we have seen Nigeria Nigerians being appointed as coaches at the NBA and everything. And so we are seeing a new change, a new
resurgence.
Yeah, thank you for that word, resurgence in the basketball in Nigeria. And I pray that we're able to challenge giants like France, giants. Yes, we can challenge US. Who is US? I didn't know man is like us. And we have top players as well too. So
okay, US. All right. No problem.
We'll meet them. I think we are playing US in the World Cup.
We are playing US. That's talking about the female team.
Yes, yes.
We are playing the Olympics. But the male team have not been confirmed. We have just confirmed only Australia. But we don't know the remaining two.
So at least against the favorite team, the MBWA, they are human beings too.
Of course, they have the same heads that we have.
We have the same legs, and we have the same skills. So we will do better than that.
Of course.
Okay, so let's now go a little bit to the Euros 2020, kind of, when German Football Federation has, when Joachim Löw has walked away from his position as the German coach after 15 good years.
It has been confirmed that he's going to leave after the Euro 2020.
In fact, he announced his decision to leave the job sometime 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, he said Euro 2020 will be his last.
Of course, we should actually know. He should actually, for me, he should take a bow. At this point in time, he has won the World Cup for Germany.
And he built a strong team.
And he has built a strong team over the years. So for me, we should just. But I know he will not expect to leave the German team the way he left. He was,
but he had a
youthful England team at the round of 16 of the Euro.
And England for the first time in 55 years.
They knocked out Germany
and get to this particular stage that are in right now.
But I actually didn't see that coming. I felt Germany would actually beat England in that particular one. But
the goals came in towards the tail end of the match.
The usefulness of the English team, at least, and the fans also, I think, actually supported,
because they played
aided the Three Lions for them to actually emerge victorious in that particular match.
But looking at the record of Joachim Löw, the high point of his career, apart from winning the World Cup, was the defeat. There was a 7-1 drubbing of the
Spanish team.
So of the Brazilian team.
Okay, yes.
7-1 drop of the Brazilian team. And he only lost 34 games, and he won over 124 games as a German coach. And to me, he's one of the longest serving national team coaches. Most coaches 4, 5, 6 years they are done. They are sacked, but this guy spent a whooping 15 good years on one job.
He has nothing to prove anymore. For me, he should just start coaching a club, get a club. I know some club in the Bundesliga will want to actually sign him for him to come and coach that club in that particular one. We're still going to be seeing actions in the Euro 2020. Okay, we take a pause from the fixtures of the Euro. We go straight to the next story where we have Everton has appointed Rafa Benitez as the new manager. Same way as new Espirito de Santos has been appointed as the coach of the Tottenham. Do you think it's a good move, because we know it's going to be a battle royale? He has been receiving threats from the Liverpool fans not to accept that job. But at this point in time, he has accepted the job because we know he's going to be in Merseyside. I will know Liverpool.
Yes,
and Merseyside. So it's going to be mouth-watering Merseyside.
The facts are very funny. So because he was a former Liverpool coach, so he's not work again.
I just want to say, I know the passion. Well, we know what Rafa Benitez did when he was coaching Liverpool. He won that UEFA Champions League for them. That is 205, and
yes,
been very impressive AC Milan. So at this point in time, Liverpool fans are seeing him as a threat to their claim when it comes to the Merseyside, because we know that at this point in time, Liverpool has been the team dominating the Merseyside derby in the English Premiership. But at this point in time, the fans are beginning to get scared that a certain man will want to actually steal the shine away from Liverpool. Talking about Rafa Benitez getting to join Everton. Iwobi has a new manager. Can Iwobi shine under Rafa Benitez?
That's if Benitez sees that he has the kind of qualities he needs, then he knows how to bring out the best in players. I mean, you saw what he did even in Newcastle, despite the fact that he had a poor
quality of players,
but he was still able to perform maximally well.
He brought them out of relegation,
and everything,
and put them in a comfortable place.
Before he now left, and we saw what he did. But I think the only feeling point in Benitez's career is when he coached Real Madrid. I was happy he left. Anyway,
we're happy that he left.
So now talking about Benitez, who's a Spanish manager, then we go straight to Spanish La Liga, where at this particular moment, Kano Pillars can decide to buy Messi right now.
Of course, even Eyimba, even Lugbe FC,
because he is a free agent as he speaks. His deal ended.
I can even buy him if I have the money, but I don't have the money.
His deal ended yesterday night, midnight. It was 12 o'clock a.m. His deal with Barcelona ended, and now he is a free agent. But then the club, of course, will never allow Messi to go. There are reports that, of course, they are trying to, tie up a deal, and in the next few days, they're going to, announce a deal. And then, of course, Barcelona is one of the clubs that has the highest wage bill, which have managed from 600 million euros. They've managed to reduce it to 300 million euros. And Messi is one of the highest paid players in the world and highest paid player in Barcelona. And of course, his salary is going to be reduced because of paucity of funds. But how they're going to do it,
we don't know.
We don't know yet. But we see how that pans out. Messi right now is a free agent.
And don't forget, it's certain Manchester City is right.
With Arab money, PSG and Man City will have the huge resources, the war chest, the financial war chest to, those guys don't know what money is. It just name the amount they will pay. So that's just it. So Messi now is free. Any club is free. No release clause can be triggered right now because any club
can just put that in a back pocket.
And of course, Sergio Ramos as well too. In fact, he has even deleted anything called Real Madrid on his social media platform. He has removed anything called Real Madrid because his contract is officially he stopped being a Real Madrid player this midnight as well too.
Just so bad.
After 16 years.
And Messi.
After 16 years. But of course, Messi is not going to leave Barcelona, apparently, because I think he's happy with the new president. If it was the old one, he would have left.
Of course, no doubt about it. At this point in time, all clubs, even in the United States of America, all over the country, all over the world, they'll be looking for the signature of one man that has been, adjoined as one of the greatest player of all time. Talking about Lionel and Messi. We have all that transfer gist for you. We just spoke about talking about Santos, getting to be appointed as the new manager of the Tottenham. Do you think he will do well in Tottenham?
Yes, of course. He's a good manager, so he will do well in Tottenham, and we expect to see some beautiful games when the season begins next.
We know he was a thorn in the big C's flesh. Talking about Wolverhampton, and he didn't even have the quality of players that he will be meeting in Tottenham. But at this point in time, we want to wish him all the best. We hope that the Tottenham management will actually get to recruit more players in that particular. So we go straight to the Euro 2020.
No, to transfer gist right now, where it has been confirmed that Borussia Dortmund forward Jadon Sancho is going to play for Manchester United. So we are going to be seeing a front line of Sancho, Cavani, and any other person between Martial and Rashford. But of course, it is not confirmed at this point that Jadon Sancho is going to be a Manchester United player. As well too, Achraf Hakimi, the Inter Milan left back, is primed to move to PSG.
Has been confirmed. PSG.
To move to PSG as well too. He's a former. I wonder why Real Madrid allowed this boy to go. He's a very young talent. In fact, he won the African Young Player of the Year recently, 2 years ago thereabout. He's a bright star. I wonder why Real Madrid should have included a buyback clause in his contract. But then, as it stands right now, he is on his way to France, where he's going to adorn the jersey of PSG. So these are just some of the few transfer gist we have at the moment. Then let's not talk about
the Euro fixtures that will be happening tomorrow. Switzerland will host Spain in the early kickoff. That will come up at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, while Belgium will host Italy 8 p.m. That will come live tomorrow in that particular encounter. Then the next day we have Czech Republic versus Denmark, as you have seen on your screen right about now. Then Ukraine will host England. Let's just go a quick run through Spain, Switzerland. Who is your money on?
Okay, the way Spain have been scoring, they scored 10 goals in the last 2 games. Of course, let me put my money on Spain, even though I wanted them out since.
I have a doubt in that particular match. I think Switzerland can just spring out surprises. We saw what they did against France, and it can actually happen. But it's going to be tricky. But as on paper, Spain should actually qualify to the semi-final.
For obvious reasons.
Belgium, Italy is going to be the title of the cracker. Belgium has during the qualifying series, they went 10 matches unbeaten. They won all the 10 matches. Group stage also to this level, they have won all the matches. It's certain Italy also have broken their longest winning record, 33 matches unbeaten right about now, and they are hoping that they will continue their fine form against Belgium. Who will your money go on? World champions, former world champions? I mean, world number 1 and former world champions. Sorry,
I don't know to go for this game. I wish this kind of match was finals, not quarterfinals.
Of course, we want to see this kind of fixtures as the final. Well, anyway, if
sadly,
by and large, if the likes of Kevin De Bruyne is in good shape, I feel Belgium will actually not come out.
It's so sad that one of the two we just have to go this weekend. Sadly, but I'll have loved this game to be the final match.
Of course.
I'll put my money on Belgium to go on to the next
semi-final. Czech Republic versus Denmark. I told you about this certain Czech Republic that you should not write them off. Last episode of our show, I told them because they defeated Netherlands 2-0 in that particular match. Ended.
I still go for Denmark. Denmark, who were without Christian Eriksen, and they were able to manage as one of the third best placed team. They've gotten to this stage, so I put my money on Denmark at a point. I
put my money on Czech Republic. Ukraine and England. It's going to be tricky. Shevchenko, who know the English teams very well, he has played in the English Premier League, so he knows the kind of a terrain very well. They'll be playing England, and the match will be played in Italy. Ukraine, England. England also for me in that particular one.
Okay, so let's just take a rundown of the Premiership, the Nigerian Professional Football League this weekend. That's for match day 31, where we'll see Adama United, of course, will play host to MFM FC. Ayimba will also play host to Rivers United. Sunshine Stars will take a trip to Atlant. The Kano Pillars will welcome the Lobby Stars. Then Aqua United as well too will welcome Ifeanyi United. Kwara United will seek to stop Enugu Rangers in the tracks when they play host to them. Then Nasarawa United, the second in table, will play host to Jigawa Golden Stars. Plateau United is going to be a game they'll play their lives out against league leaders Aqua United. Warriors look to devour the Warriors from Abia State. The Milky Tourists will welcome Dakada FC. On these games will be played by 4 p.m. on Sunday, but sadly we are not going to be seeing most of these games on TV, and that is why the club owners are asking for sponsors. Let the LMC, that's the league management company, seek sponsors for the Nigerian Football League. It is proper for us to be watching our Nigerian Football League on TV, just the way we watched EPL, La Liga, and co. So we hope that the needful, they need to raise the profile of the Nigerian Football League generally. So this is where we draw the curtains for today's program, and I hope you enjoyed every bit. I remain myself, Olushola Olujide. I am Olawale Ayeni, and I will say bye bye for now till we meet again, same time, same station next week. God bless you. Bye bye. Have a blessed weekend. Have a great
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming. news updates, worship, and teachings.
The paralysis